I have a client who we meet Monday afternoon, so early in the week, every week. And when we get together, what we do is we map out her week. And it's really profound the amount of relief she feels is so evident after we have spent this little bit of time together, just time blocking her week. Because as the week goes along and more things get added, a lot of it starts mixing around in her brain. And she's like, wait, what are my priorities? How am I going to get everything done? And when we down together for a few minutes and she can just talk out what's going on, what's most important, where does it fit into my schedule? And then she starts to time block it and put it into her schedule for the week. And then all of a sudden she sees that it fits and it's not as overwhelming and it's not as much stuff as it felt when it was all spinning around in her head. And so I suggest for any of you who are having a hard time, like it all just feels like too much and I don't have enough time to get it all done, just pause, get it all out, get your thoughts out in whatever task management tool you have. And it might be as simple as a sheet of paper, which is what I use, and then recycle it at the end of the day. It might be your whatever online task management tool. Get all of your thoughts out of your head. And then you can start to see, wait, this one actually isn't a priority. I'm going to put that off to my wish list for later. But these ones are, and I'm going to build in time in my week to work on those. And then as you move through the week, check in every day. This was the list that I started with at the beginning of the week. These are my priorities. These were my goals. Am I getting there? And if not, what needs to be moved around to make sure that I can meet those goals? This process does not have to take a lot of time. And I actually start it on Thursday afternoons, where I start to look ahead at the next week, thinking about, okay, what do I have coming up? What are my goals that I need to fit in around the things that are already scheduled? And then I can look at that at the beginning of the week and remember. And as I move through the week, reflect back on that. How am I making progress? This provides me with such a huge sense of control over my calendar. It doesn't feel overwhelming and it doesn't feel like too much because I'm constantly pausing and thinking and seeing where it all fits in my schedule. So give that a try. A weekly planning, whether it's on Monday or Sunday or on Thursday, a few minutes to look at the week ahead, maybe even 2 weeks ahead. What are your priorities? Get all of that stuff out. What can be moved to a later time? What really needs to have a spot in your schedule, and start to time block that in the upcoming week. Good luck.